Share it. Give me that link.
Stream is running.
I'm about to write a tweet. I'll tag you in it.
Stream is running, and ladies and gentlemen, a special treat. Behind the scenes with Ben from well over a year ago, about 18 months ago, actually, I think this is.
Well, here we are. This is the advert. I'm going to start saying things that are on the screen over there for you, John. You want a no-frills, accurate and irreverently... Nope. You want a no-frills, accurate and irreverently presented news show that not only informs but entertains you? We dig through the detritus? John, what is that? We dig through the detritus of mainstream news to present with... This is going to be painful for you, John. We dig through the detritus of mainstream news to present you with a light-hearted... I can't do this by looking into the camera. Look, I'm looking over here. I think the best way to do that is maybe sit here. I'm just going to do it one line at a time. Here we go. We dig through the detritus of mainstream news to present you with a synopsis and critical analysis. Nope. To present you with a synopsis and critical analysis of mainstream news in a light-hearted, fun, and entertaining way. Yeah, look like that. Even when it's the worst news you've ever heard. I'm going to change things up a little bit, and I'm not going to talk about the researching bit. Dig through the worst of mainstream news. No, knock something over there. We dig through the worst of mainstream reporting to make sure you are presented with an accurate and yet funny perspective on what is actually going on in the world. We've been doing this since mid-2020, and our accuracy record is... We've been doing this since mid-2020, and our accuracy record is spot on. We also make you laugh whilst doing it. We cover anything and everything going on in the world. It might be of interest to you, it might not. From global politics, disease, the amount of dead badgers by the side of the road, from politicians to eating the bugs. No stone is left unturned here in our search for the truth. John? Former Scottish cock. That's John. He's a former Scottish cop who lost his IT business thanks to things we can't talk about. And also lived briefly in France. Now he's back in Scotland in his bunker. Me, I'm Ben. I'm the guy that walked around the empty government facilities wondering where things were. And also, I live streamed all them protests from 2020 and beyond. Now, here in my home studio. Remember, if you believe the mainstream news, those protests didn't happen. We have a blast doing this. We love presenting our work to you, researching our work, editing our work, putting it together, and letting you guys see the perspective. No, you can cut it off at editing our work. You can take that bit, though. We don't make any money from doing this. Nothing. Zilch. Sit. We want to grow our community. We want more people to come and have a laugh with us. And subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff, that's going to help us in the long run. It's going to help us present a better show to you. Of course, we accept donations. You can do that at patreon.com/chasingdescent, or indeed subscribestar.com/chasingdescent. And if you do support us, you can join the after party after our Wednesday and Sunday shows, 8 PM UK time, of course. So go on. As we say, go on. As we say, go on. Dig in. Go and check out some of the videos. If you feel that what we do is right for you, if you enjoy it, if you have a laugh, then please, once again, like, subscribe, share. Help us grow this channel.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'm tied up my chest. I'll never forget.
Thank you.
No, I'm not.
It's our cat.
You understand?
Our cat.
I'm not even in my yard right now. How? What am I doing? The gate's open.
Come on.
Hard.
You're unreasonable people. You're holding our cat.
How? I'm not even in there. I want you to explain how.
If you would go in your yard and say, Mercury, go home. Don't come in our yard anymore.
She
they
will
want
not
you
listen.
to.
She's a cat. She doesn't speak English.
Oh, really? This doesn't mean go home?
No.
Huh?
Hand signals don't mean anything. It's a cat, dude.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, we'll have the police department figure it out.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Great idea.
All right. No, so the cat doesn't eat and drink anything over there, right?
No.
Oh, no, never. Right? No, never.
No.
No, never.
Never. Yeah, never.
Yeah, you cat pervert.
Oh my god, you guys are absent.
Cat pervert.
I've done nothing to bring the
pervert.
cat. I've done nothing to bring the.
Literally Karen.
This dude's
Cat
lost.
pervert.
This dude, he's lost it. He's lost it.
Stop. Making a scene over a cat.
He's lost it.
It's our cat.
He's lost it. He's lost it. Oh no.
Come on, let's have.
On my property.
Then we're calling the police because you're harboring our cat.
Harboring a cat.
Harboring our cat.
Is that a crime? What? It was something
You're a
else.
cat pervert.
I'm a cat pervert?
Yeah, cat
What crime is that? What crime is that?
You know what? There's a crime about you harboring my cat.
What crime is that?
Against the law.
What crime is that?
It's called harboring an animal.
I can understand being angry if my cat was in your yard. You're angry because your cat is in my yard.
You're making things a lot worse. Right? You could just send my cat home.
No, I can't.
Go.
cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you.
Magyarországnak nem csak az illegális migránsokkal, meg az embercsempészekkel, hanem Brüsszellel szemben is meg kell védenie magát.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, Ben. It's all gone to pot already. It's all gone to pot.
It's all gone to pot.
Yeah, I mean,
Gone to pot.
How do these things happen? We're just so inept. I mean, that was the intro. It was running along nicely, and then suddenly I've lost everything. It's all gone.
Can they hear me? Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you, but I can't even find the intro. The one.
Jesus Christ! I mean, guys, the ineptitude.
It's just like, I mean, this is Sunday. It's Sunday.
I know.
And it should have been easy. I'm just going to have to play the all-in intro.
It's Sunday, and it's all...
It's Sunday. It's John and Ben, and it's all out.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
well, well, well.
Indeed. Indeed. I think I need to zoom out a bit, actually.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, Ben. Whoa.
How are you?
What's going on?
I don't know. You're playing with the cameras, man.
So-
You're playing with the
Why
there
does
we go.
it
We look good, yeah.
reset for every bloody time you turn it on?
Yeah, well, maybe so. Good evening, Cherie, the official Chasing Descent dwarf. More on that in the week. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, Dred and Julie. Good evening, Trudy. Who else have I seen there? I
Beats
think
and
I've seen
Tape.
Harold in there. Beats and Tapes. I've seen a
Robin.
bunch of you in there. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Hey. So,
Well, it's... Oh, now I've lost you.
how have you lost me?
Right. One of my screens just went dead. It's back now. It's all good. It's all good. But we can't ever do one of these shows without a technical problem, can we? It just can't be done.
Well, it's either technical problems or it's just plain ineptitude.
But yeah, well, I mean,
One or the other.
yeah.
Can everybody hear me
It's all
okay?
about-
Change my mic. I think this is a better tone. But if I'm wrong, please let me know.
I think you sound pretty damn wonderful.
Thank you, Ben.
It's like butter melting in my ears, baby.
Cherie says she can
Cherie.
hear us both good. That's nice.
Yes, good. Sounds great. That is nice. It is good. Tony says, "Oh dear, I was in the wrong chat. You have two streams again.
I don't
Let
understand.
me go and deal with the other one."
Where's this second stream coming from, Ben? I don't understand
me-
this.
Well, it must be coming from you,
Well,
but I don't know why.
what's streaming then? How can I stream twice? I can't. I've only got one OBS.
And I don't have OBS open.
Yeah, so where does a second stream come from?
He's fucking right. There is a second
Now,
stream.
where the hell is it coming from?
I understand. I'm killing it. What must be happening, in my personal opinion, there's like 5 live viewers over on that other stream as well. They're about to be kicked. They're going to have to come find us over here. What I think must be happening is your OBS is kicking out via both Restream and
No, but it's
a regular key.
OBS says it can't log into Restream. I'm not sure I like this, Ben.
It doesn't make much sense. I've killed the other stream.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant you smoking. I don't like it.
It's not going to last. It's temporary.
Yeah, but I don't like you doing it on the show. It's not nice.
All right, I'll move back to the vape. Just for you.
Thank you. And it's
There
annoying.
you go.
Makes you talk funny. You sound like Lee Van Cleef.
Why are you talking like this, Johnny?
I can't talk.
Now, the reason I'm smoking is quite simple. 1, I'm very stressed. And 2, my grandmother got back from Spain yesterday, and despite the fact I've been off the cigs for well over a year, she bought me back duty-free cigarettes as a present.
Yeah, well, she's getting on a bit, and she probably is a Joe Biden.
Yeah, I think she's 78 years old. So, she's on par with... who knows? Lee Van Cleef, does Ben do Kung Fu? Says Tony.
Ah, Lee Van Cleef didn't do Kung Fu. Lee Van Cleef was a cowboy.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of did Kung Fu.
Hey, it's confusing them, I think, with something like Bruce Lee, maybe.
And don't forget to smash that like button, as they say.
Oh, God.
What was right? So let's go back to the pre-roll, not the one where you were doing my outtakes. And if any of you were around for that, guess what? I can't do scripted stuff. It's as simple as that. This is why we prefer live.
Well,
Right? I can't do scripted stuff.
This is what I was doing this afternoon. Well, I wasn't doing just that this afternoon. What I was doing this afternoon was clipping new. Pardon me. I was clipping new videos and stuff and downloading stuff to make a new pre-roll. Not a new pre-roll, a new intro. Because believe it or not, some of our videos get demonetized because of the bar fight
Yeah, in the intro.
in the intro. which is a staged bar fight. I mean, it's not even a
Not
real
real.
life. It's not real. You don't really get dwarf cops going to dwarf bar fights. I mean, what is it with these people at YouTube? You know, just open your eyes and look. It's everything.
Exactly.
Everybody in it's an actor. Whole thing's mental. But anyway, you wouldn't get that in just now because everybody's on strike anyway, aren't they? 170,000 actors on strike.
Did you see?
Do you not think we have too many people who play pretend for a living?
So they did the world premiere of the new Haunted Mansion movie at Disneyland in Anaheim, right? And because the actors' strike even stretches as far as the actors are not allowed to promote their own movies, they just got like Mickey and Minnie from the park to walk up the red carpet.
Oh, apparently there was people
Because
walked
they
out.
had nobody.
Somebody walked. There was what was it? The stars of that Oppenheimer. They walked out the premiere.
They had to. They had to.
Or they'd have been wiped from the the Actors Guild or whatever it is.
Yeah, so they started the premiere for Oppenheimer an hour early to avoid the beginning of the strike, so that the stars could turn up.
Oh my god!
And then once the movie had actually begun, they had to leave. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But that is where we are right now with Hollywood. Well, Hollywood's screwed, isn't it? Let's face it. Like you said, 170,000 actors on strike just outside of London. They're filming or were filming Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. That's all gone on.
They were on a
hiatus.
beach on the south coast.
No, they were in a.
They were on a
just
south.
out-
They were on a south coast beach because I saw the scenes.
No,
they
I've
were
seen the scenes you're on about.
Yeah, they weren't filmed on a soundstage. They were on a south coast beach.
No, they were just outside of Pinewood Studios
No.
in like an old pit.
No, they weren't. They were on a south coast beach.
Anywho,
It was in the paper and everything.
I know, and I know exactly where they were because I've been there.
Anyway,
Right?
well, was it a south coast beach or not?
No.
They were on a south coast. You can see the fucking sea. You're an arsehole, Ben. You really are.
Beats and Tape says I'm going to watch the Machete movies tonight. The first one's pretty good. The second one is really over the top. But did they ever make the third one? Machete Kills in Space.
I have
I'm
no
not
idea
sure.
what you're talking about.
Oh, so they're Grindhouse movies.
Oh, I don't like that shit. It's crap.
Yeah, they're pretty good actually. They're pretty funny. They're worth a watch. I mean, Steven Seagal's the villain in the first one, and he's just fat old Steven Seagal.
So I watched Asteroid City last night.
Oh, you did? Did you enjoy it?
Enjoy's a strong word.
It's a Wes Anderson movie, though.
What? Oh,
What have you done?
camera's froze. Why is my camera
yes,
froze?
it has. Look at that. You've frozen like doing this.
I know. I can see.
Robin says, "What argument?" Trudy says, "Someone settle this argument, please." What argument are we talking about?
What
here, Trudy?
argument? Oh, the South Coast Beach.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll settle it. Let's Google it. Right. Deadpool 3 filming. Right. Okay. So I don't care about them halting filming. So they have halted anyway. Looks like Zoolander Blue Steel. You are back anyway.
Yeah, I am back. I restarted the camera.
So yes, these are the scenes that you're on about. But that is the wrong stories. Give me a second. I'll find the correct
Right.
story.
Anyway,
Whilst I'm doing that, you talk to the
yeah. Have you seen our podcast downloads?
Yeah.
No, have you?
Well, you showed them earlier.
Yeah. And did you notice?
Yep.
Our biggest
Hi,
fans.
Bulgaria.
Our biggest fans are Bulgarians. We
That's
get more downloads in Bulgaria than we get in the UK.
Yep. We are now big in Bulgaria. We're big in Bulgaria, baby. I'm not sure that's a good thing.
I've no idea.
Well, I have no idea either. But yeah, big in Bulgaria. So you looked like Blue Steel from Zoolander.
Who's
when you
Blue
froze.
Steel?
Or have you seen Zoolander?
No, I've not seen. Why would I watch Zoolander? It's crap.
Yeah, it's great crap.
It's not great crap. It was rubbish. What's his name? What is that guy's name? It's like, what's it? Tropic Thunder. That's crap as well. I tried to watch that. I couldn't. It's just rubbish.
Tropic Thunder
It's a
one of those
terrible
films
movie.
So damn bad that it's just you can't look away.
No, I did. I
Especially-
stopped watching it because I thought I'm not watching this. It's a waste of time.
Well, yeah. Okay. I'm still looking for this, by the way.
You know what? Give it up and we can check after the show because you're away on a fucking different planet now. So I might as well be sitting doing a show on my own. Give it up. Here,
I mean,
to Ben, do you copy?
aha! I'm there. I've made it. We're both right.
Thank you. I told you they were on a South Coast beach.
Yeah, well, they're not on a South Coast beach. They're on an estuary beach near the Thames.
Yeah.
So we're both right.
Still on the fucking coast. Right, anyway. Right,
Okay.
Moving on. Where were we? This is quite disjointed tonight.
I want to know.
No, you
What?
don't. You don't want to know. What do you want to know about the
Do what?
pre-roll?
Well,
That's what you were talking about. Yeah, the AI thing.
what is this shit?
Well, apparently this is this is an AI TikTok trend. I thought you would know because you're the TikToker here.
I go on there and I play songs, and then I go on there and I chat shit. I don't go on there and do this.
Yeah, well, but that's not a person. That's AI.
No, they are people.
No, that's not a person. That's that. Nobody looks like that, Ben.
But there are people.
Yes, there
that
may
are
be
doing
people, but that
just
wasn't
that.
a person, right? That wasn't a person. No one looks like that. Or if it was a person, they were using a filter because
Oh,
people
they use a lot of filters.
people
yeah.
don't look like that. Genuinely. So anyway, apparently it's a trend, and nobody has a fucking clue what they were on about.
No, genuinely, Trudy, that is a trend on TikTok, right? So they're going on, they're putting a load of filters on themselves. They're making themselves look like video game characters, like anime video game characters. And they literally do this for like hours on end and pull faces, and people send them money. Lots and lots and lots of fucking money.
I mean, all she was doing
Lots
was
of
going,
money.
for me, for me, for me,
Mhm.
for me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just sad. It's,
And people send them, right?
I'm telling you,
I get the
have
occasional
become-
gift on TikTok.
we have become the Wall-E. We are quickly becoming Wall-E people.
I think you're right. I
mean-
think you're right.
And the thing is, you can't even seem to have an argument these days on Twitter, because someone posted something yesterday, I think, about injuries due to treatments,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And all I asked for was, what's the amount of injuries per head, right? So
Yeah.
because this latest treatment has been stuck in many
Billions.
more people, billions of
Billions.
people than has ever been
In a
tried
short space of
before,
time.
right? Yeah. So what I need to know is how many injuries per 1,000 people, right? Because then we can compare it with people that have had the flu jab or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you would have thought I'd suddenly grown horns and become the devil incarnate.
Well, no, of course, because do you know what? And people don't like it when we say this, but you know, the people that are so far down that rabbit hole are just as bad as the people that are so far down the "it doesn't hurt anyone" rabbit hole.
Yeah, I know.
They're
Because
just as bad as one another. The
I mean,
truth lies somewhere in the goddamn middle.
you've got to be able to prove your, you've got to be able to look at your data and and decide if it's reasonable or not. If you can't look at the data, you can. I mean, some of the answers were, well, obviously it's much worse. Well, why is that? How is that obvious? Because it's been stuck in billions of people, so there's going to be a high number of injuries.
Well, exactly. Okay, and you know, at the end of the day, we're not prepared to sit here and say that there haven't been any injuries, right? Not prepared to do that.
Of course there has, because that's been proven.
In the same breath, we are also not prepared to sit here without a avalanche of evidence and say it 100% causes every death you ever see ever, which is one of the, you know, at the end of the day, you see it being tweeted all of the time. Oh, this person's died. Oh, it must have been that. This person's died. Oh, it must have been that. And then you get a movie like Died Suddenly come out.
Yeah,
and
I know,
that movie has got deaths in it that have nothing to do with, and provably have nothing to do with that.
That's
and
true.
They're trying to pass it off. And the problem is, when you do that, you absolutely destroy the argument of the people that are sitting, you know, filthy fence sitters, as people might like to call us, who actually say, wait a minute.
It's real. It's my hair.
6 of one and half a dozen of the bloody other.
It's real. Look, it's not a syrup.
It's
just, you can see it because it's darker. Vaughn's asking if I was wearing a syrup.
I can see. Look, just because I dyed my hair.
I dyed mine. No, and let's be fair about this. We dyed it almost exactly the same time on the same day.
Didn't even know.
We didn't know. We both turned up, and I said, I've dyed my hair, and it's gone a bit wrong. I went a bit heavy-handed, and he went, oh, I've dyed mine as well.
Yeah, for mine's come out pretty well. Look.
Yeah, well, your intention was to make yours black. Mine was just to put a bit of colour in it. But now that you see it as black, there is quite a lot of hair still there compared to when it's not black, because when it's got a lot of grey in it, you think there's not much hair there.
Vaughan says you're looking like Mr. Clooney again.
Yeah,
so.
I know. In fact, I'm probably a little younger. Well, I'm younger than Clooney.
You are.
Whole year and
you know what? I am going to go and see that new Mission Impossible flick this week.
Yeah.
I was looking at some of the behind the scenes stuff, and obviously Tom Cruise still does his own stunts. The man's a fucking nutter.
Yeah.
He might be a Scientologist, but you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I believe Tom Cruise is the last remaining movie star. And by that I mean people will go out to see his movie because his name is on it.
The Last Action Hero.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is Tom Cruise.
That was
not
a movie.
Schwarzenegger.
No,
I know it was
Tom Cruise. I saw a video today on Twitter, and it was some guy who was a cameraman, right? And he was filming people that were jumping out of planes, you know, with parachutes, and he was jumping out with them and filming them on the way down. And this was his third jump of the day, and he jumped out the plane and he started filming the instructor and the what do you call it, the person that was with him, the instructor and the client or whatever, and they're coming down and they pulled their parachute, and at that point he realised he'd forgotten to put his parachute on. And all you saw was a camera just going down, and that was it. Boom.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd think, yeah, I've got my camera. Have I got my parachute?
But at that point, when you realise, in that moment, you might as well just enjoy yourself for those next few seconds.
He turned the camera on himself and went, "Way!" Or, "Oh fuck!" Because
what other choice do you have?
Well, the other people they'd already pulled their parachutes, right?
Yeah.
And he was below them, so they're never going to catch him.
Nope. Nope. They will never catch him. So it's bye-bye, Mr. Camera.
Yeah, the guy
Cameraman.
died, yeah. I mean, it was a couple of years ago or whatever, but the guy did die, yeah.
Yeah, a
Well,
few
yeah,
people
I mean,
like
this was his third jump that day from the same
Yeah.
plane, so they've obviously been taking them on and off between jumps.
Yeah.
But hey, there you go.
Do
All
you
the way-
think? Did you know that several people actually, I think more women than men, if memory serves, have survived falling without a parachute?
There was that air stewardess that fell something like 30,000 feet and landed in a swamp and survived.
A woman landed in a field, and survived.
Yeah, it was a very wet field.
Yep.
Yeah, so there are.
It does happen. It can happen.
Yeah, but it's not often.
No, it's not often, and it also depends on how you impact.
Yeah, if you go
Right,
through a lot of trees and bushes and things, that's good because that slows you down.
And also, you want to impact limp.
Yeah,
As limp as humanly possible.
most people are going to be unconscious.
Yeah, probably.
You know, because if you're falling out of a plane at 30,000 feet, you probably black out from lack of oxygen before you get low enough. Because you're only traveling.
Andrew,
You're only traveling at 120 max.
yeah, I mean, Andrew said he's done skydiving in Cape Town. Best and worst experience of his life was grinning for hours after. I want to do it so bad.
No, I don't want to.
I want it. In fact, there is an old power station in South Africa, right? This isn't skydiving. This is just something I
Base
want to do.
jumping.
They've got one of the cooling towers is a bungee jump.
Oh no.
So they've got a bridge set up across it,
Nope.
and then you can bungee jump.
No,
into the
bungee
middle of
jump's
it.
not good for you. See the amount of people that
done
get
bungee
detached
jump before.
retinas from bungee jumps.
No, I mean I've done it before.
Yeah, it's not good for you. I'm saying
Oh, fair enough.
the number of people that have had detached retinas from bungee jumping.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
No, I've done it over the Sovereign Harbour here in Eastbourne.
Yeah, and then when they get your weight and the strength of the bungee wrong, that's when it really goes wrong.
Yeah.
Bump.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think back. Who thought it was a great idea to copy what a bunch of mad Africans were doing off a bamboo scaffold tower with vines around their legs
Who cares?
in the
It's
jungle?
good fun.
No, not doing it.
It's
Stupidity.
good fun. Well, you don't knock it unless you tried it, John.
I'm not trying it. I'm never going to try it. So I'm going to knock it all the way because it's just basically it's almost like attempted suicide, isn't it?
Is it?
If it goes wrong, you're dead. And it
I
does
really
go
said
wrong. It does go wrong on occasion.
Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. Right, you're not doing these things because you want it to be right. When you do something to get an adrenaline rush and a thrill, you want to be afraid. That's why you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
Right.
can make you afraid just by talking to you.
You can't make me afraid.
That's
You
true.
probably taught me to sleep.
No, I've made you afraid before. Anyway,
Imagine that, right? He could call me up and just start reading a book, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is nice. I'm going to sleep now." But
oh God,
anyway, yeah, I'm a bit of an
either
adrenaline
my shot
junkie.
shrank or I'm getting fatter. Did your shirt
Do
shrink
you want?
when you washed it?
No.
I think I'm getting fatter.
Well, if you looked at me in the pre-roll, fucking hell, I had like an extra chin going
did.
on under here. I mean, I feel much better about myself now. I must say that I feel much better about myself. Although I am still having issues with my surgery, as I told you before the show. So I'm going to have to
yeah.
deal with that, I think. I'm probably going to end up back in hospital, John.
Fuck off.
In all seriousness, I'm probably going to end up back in hospital. But
Yeah.
hey, you can feel sorry for me if you'd like. I'm feeling a bit sorry for me tonight. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, fuck off. I'll feel sorry for you when you're dead.
I said it just to get that reaction out of him. Just to get that reaction out of him. It could be worse. I could be missing a middle finger.
And you could have put it in a box and you could have sent it to the President of France.
Or the Prime Minister of the UK, even.
What's all that
Right?
about? What,
Well, I'm gonna
why? Right, see, this is the part I don't get, because in France, when you're a resident, they have your fingerprints, right?
Oh, they already know whose finger it was.
Well, of course they do. Of course they do, because
Yeah.
they've got the fingerprints. So
Oh,
as
yeah.
soon as you send your finger in, they're going to go, whoa, we know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
So the person's still alive. It's not as if somebody cut their finger off and sent it to them because they were dead. Why would you amputate your own digit and send
Well,
it? There are easier ways of giving someone the finger than sending it to them in a box.
Well, I agree, but as I was saying in the pre-roll when I was trying to read that script, let's dig in. I have an article here from Politico.
Go on.
Chopped finger was mailed to Macron's home. To his home.
Mm-hmm.
A police investigation was opened into a threat of a crime or offence against an elected official. A police probe has been opened after a package containing a chopped human fingertip was sent to the Élysée Palace, the official residence of French President Emmanuel Macron, according to media reports. A piece of a fingertip it seems, was mailed to the Élysée. The Paris prosecutor's office told CNN on Thursday, adding the police on Monday had opened an investigation into a threat of a crime or offence against an elected official. Why would an offence against an elected official be any different to an offence against anybody else, first of all?
Because they're special.
But they're not. They're not
Yes,
special.
they're special.
Hi there, elected officials. You
special.
are not special.
They are
You're
special.
Not special. You're
They are
not.
special. Well, if they're not special, how come they get escorted about in chauffeur-driven cars with police escorts?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I mean, I'm just surprised we don't actually have dedicated lanes in London for them to travel down, a la Soviet-era Russia.
So, according to French newswire AFP, the fingertip belonged to the package's sender. Oh, wow. Colour me surprised. Who has a psychiatric condition. After winning re-election last year but failing to secure a parliamentary majority, Macron has faced a tumultuous start to his second term. His approval ratings have plummeted in recent months after he pushed through a controversial pensions reform, which raised the retirement age from 62 to 64. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Although apparently they did immediately track down who it was and give them medical attention.
We suspect you may have lost the finger. We shall not be sticking it back on. You did not put it in the packet of peas. Or
Let's try and
petit
unpack
pois.
this.
You should have put it in the packet of petit pois. Le paquet de petit pois.
We do need to try and unpack this, because why on earth would somebody send their fingertip? Their own fingertip? Why?
It's because it's a protest, right? As simple as this. They've protested against them, and basically because they know that France has your well, everybody in France knows that the government have your fingerprints. They've sent their finger to say, this is my protest. The French are nuts.
Well, you're telling me.
The French are nuts.
Telling me.
Yeah. But they're very passionate people, you know, and they will do extreme things.
Well, yeah, they do like a good protest, the
Yeah,
old
they do.
French, don't they? And they're going down the mental health route. They're going. What do you think on the balance of probability this person's probably got some mental health issues? I think if you can get to the point where you can cut off your own fingertip and mail it to the president, you probably do.
You got to remember, right? Everybody in France is probably on the cusp of having a meltdown at some point or another, because
Yep.
while they're all lovely people, they're all half cut half the time, especially around lunchtime. So this could have been a lunchtime thought that's just went, or maybe it was the pre-dinner aperos, you know. I just take my finger off and send it to Macron.
Emmanuel would like this finger. I think it is a very pretty finger. Emmanuel would very much appreciate this. I will put it in the
So
post
there you
now.
go.
And Andrew makes a very good point in the chat. Yeah, something I also didn't say. When they received the finger, they wondered, what are we going to do with this? So
Well,
they put it in the lunch fridge.
Well,
Yeah, they put it in
you
the
would.
lunch fridge.
Yeah, you would. We used to do this all the time. when the evidence fridge overflowed, you used to find things like urine samples and blood samples in the bloody canteen fridge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this was France is like being back in the 80s when you go outside the cities, right? When you're in rural France, it is really like the 80s. And I'm going back in time to the 80s in the place, and that's exactly what it was like. It's exactly like being in the 80s. If you want to relive the 80s, go and live in rural France.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
half day Wednesday. Shops don't.
Wednesday.
Yeah, all the shops shut at half day on a Wednesday. None of schools shut at half day on a Wednesday as well, right? Nobody, no shops open on the weekends.
This is sounding pretty good.
Public holidays,
nice.
nothing's open. Everything shuts. Right? So, you know, people just spend time on their own.
Sounds
Or
pretty
with
good to
their
me.
families.
Sounds pretty
you know?
damn good.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty damn good.
The country's empty. You can literally drive. I mean, we used to drive. I would drive over to, if I was driving over to do the show. Remember, I would drive over to do the show I would go from the house over to the van to do the show, and then I would be driving 20 or 30k and never pass another vehicle. And this was like 7 o'clock in the evening.
That's wonderful. I'd like that.
Yeah,
I would
France is
very
empty.
much like that. That does sound pretty damn good to me. Rural France might be where I end up.
But having said
laying my
that,
weary head.
last summer, right, when I lived in rural France, the locals said it's been a very cold summer. So
I was there.
yeah,
It was not fucking cold.
It was compared to France though, because it probably got up to about 32, 33 degrees, and the grass didn't die. Because normally the grass all dies off and you can stop cutting it. But last year we were cutting the grass all the way through the summer. Because normally it gets to at least 40. So see all these...
Oh, I've been there in 42. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
See all these, you know, breaking records and things. This is all crap. It regularly hits 40 degrees in southwest France.
I know. It regularly hits 40 degrees in Paris, for God's sake. It's. I said earlier on, because Latin Meralda's back on Twitter, and he said something. He was talking about electric vehicles, and he said like, how much climate change will I save if I use this electric vehicle? And I just said 10, right? I just responded 10. Right?
An arbitrary number.
and then I responded with the caveat that I pulled this figure from the exact same place as the current climate predictions. Thin air.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say your ass.
No,
Pardon me.
I wasn't going to be rude. Come on now. I'm not rude. I mean, sometimes I'm rude. But no, yeah. It's absolute. Julie says my eldest is going camping in France next month with the missus and the outlaws. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, have you been to France?
Yeah.
1, take extreme insect protection.
Oh my God, yes.
Make sure that you've got insect protection, bug zappers. Make sure there's fly screens on your tent, stroke camper van or whatever, because these things are insidious and
They
everywhere. And take some antihistamine creams and things like that, because you will get bitten, and it will look as if you're going to die.
Yeah, so what you need to do also is when you arrive back, whatever vehicle you've got, go and put it in the fucking nearest car wash.
I thought you were going
Seriously.
to put it in the nearest river.
Maybe that depends how covered it is. Every time I drive through bloody France, I come back and I'm straight in the car wash. Because they splat on so damn hard because the speed limits on the motorways are around 80 to 85 mile an hour.
Yeah.
They splat on so damn hard that the windscreen wash and bloody windscreen wipers do nothing. They do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, France does have and oh my God, there's a fly problem. Jesus Christ, I've never seen so many flies in my life. I mean, we had a fly paper strip in every room in the house. And within 2 days they were black. Right? And I mean, I
don't doubt it.
Do you remember when we had the big house with the 5 acres of garden?
Yep.
We had this thing in the back garden that smelled like a sewer, right? There was a bag of stuff.
Right.
It came from the UK, strangely enough, but it was a bag of stuff. You put water in it and you hung it up on a tree. And you didn't go near it because it stank, but all the flies went into it.
And then they didn't come out.
Oh, no, they didn't come out. And you could see it. The flies were like that deep. I'll
tell you what.
That deep in flies.
You've been to Alton Towers, haven't you? You can come with me.
Yeah. I've been before as well.
If you go to Alton Towers in the summer,
Yeah.
the same thing happens, but with these wasp traps, right? They have these wasp traps up everywhere.
Right.
And my God,
That deep in
everywhere you
wasps,
look,
huh?
you'll turn,
Yeah.
and they'll be just that deep with the bodies of wasps,
Nice.
and it's just like, oh
Well,
my
I tell you
God.
what I did find today when I was doing the collection of video. I mean, literally.
Did you find some footage from our Towers trip?
No. I found some footage from my Disney and Universal trip.
Oh, what, like in Florida?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you must have been quite a bit younger.
Well, it was only 2018, mate.
Oh wow, you must have been quite a bit younger.
Yeah, it was only 5 years ago. Anyway, so yeah, so I've got some footage from that.
Well, get it up.
So
Get
I
it
thought I
up.
might put something up as shorts.
Put it up on the other channel.
That's
on
what I
the
was
other
going to
channel.
do, and I thought, yeah, I could stick that up there.
Yeah. Stick it on the other
You know,
channel.
like the wife and the wee one fighting each other. She's wearing a shark hat and the wife's wearing a Tyrannosaurus Rex hat and things like that.
We've got Luke in the chat. He said he's been to Berwick upon Tweed today, and he's been filming in blustery wind, and he shall be putting some clips, I guess,
What
up
was
on
he
his YouTube
filming?
channel that he's been filming with his GoPro. Where he just films out and about when he goes
Oh, right.
places.
Yeah, I mean, it was 15 degrees here today. It wasn't warm.
No, it wasn't warm here today either, and it's been windy as hell. Really windy.
It wasn't too bad, but I've had a
Cerberus,
hoodie on for the
baby,
last 2
Cerberus.
days. Sorry?
I didn't think Cerberus was overcast and almost hurricane force winds.
Yeah, I've had a hoodie on for 2 days.
Oh, fair enough. I haven't had a hoodie on for 2 days, but we've had to we consistently keep having to pick up the bloody wheelie bins because we go to reverse onto the driveway and they're just lying down in the driveway because of the damn wind. So, you know, there's no Cerberus here. I will say that.
No, but have you seen
Cerberus here.
Have you seen them starting already saying that there's going to be like what was it, 9 weeks of extreme heat coming in August and September?
Oh Jesus, do we care? I mean, do we care? Just
Yeah,
do
well,
we care?
First of all, they can't tell us what the weather's going to be like 2 days from now.
No, they can't.
So how are they going to tell us that we're going to have an extreme heat wave over August and September? Because they tell us
Put it
these
this way.
things and invariably they get it all wrong.
Their accuracy to this day is just as good as Michael Fish
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
There's no hurricane coming here.
Yeah, the accuracy has not changed.
And then old,
It is
what's
no
his name?
better.
Rennie Arnoux got a 2x4 through his forehead, didn't he?
Ooh,
Do you not remember that?
We-
What's his name? Gordon? Is it Gordon Kay?
I have no idea.
The actor.
Wow.
Something like a 2x4 got driven through his car windscreen into his forehead. He ended
What
up
a
with
way to
brain
go.
damage. He's still got a big scar down his. He didn't
I mean,
die. He
it's-
didn't die.
Okay, what a lucky thing to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was
Indeed.
interesting.
Aye, Gordon Kay, that was it.
That was very interesting.
What are you doing? Have you got more
My
spiders?
spotlights just came on and off.
Oh, but the spiders eating the cables.
Yeah, I mean, there is a whole bunch of baby ones up there. I keep
Again?
crushing them. Oh, yeah.
What happened to the blowtorch thing that you'd cobbled up?
Well,
You know,
I'll
the
tell you
light-
what happened to that.
Lighter and hairspray.
I don't want to burn this place down.
You were all for it at that point.
I'll do it on the outside. I'll do it on the outside. Even though the last time I did it on the outside, the thing did catch fire.
Oh, the felt on the roof?
No, the wall caught fire.
The wall.
Um,
Of your summer house
well, it is a fucking summer house.
with no windows.
The windows are there. They're still there.
It's a fucking cell. That's what it is, mate.
The windows are still very
Yeah,
much in it.
People go to
Glass
peer in the
panes are in
windows
it.
and all you see is wood.
Well, yeah, because
It
I
looks
just
like-
take
it'd
giant
be like-
wooden panels
you
and
could
put
be-
them over the windows.
People probably think you're operating an illegal abattoir or something in here.
Well, I'll tell you, if they come over with the old heat drone, they're going to see the heat coming from this and think I'm growing something.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you've got lights in here, you've got monitors in here, you've got the works.
Where's it thundering? Where are you, Cherie? Are you in Scotland?
She's in the Highlands.
Oh, God.
She's a Highland girl.
Oh, does she talk funny?
Actually, she speaks better English than you do.
Oh, well, if that means she's from Inverness.
Well, all I'm saying is she speaks better English than you do.
That means
John.
she's from Inverness.
Okay.
Because they're the only people up there that don't talk funny. Well, she's not from Dundee then, right? And
She
she's
says,
not from
"Ha, ha,
Aberdeen.
ha, ha, ha."
And she's not from Aberdeen, right? And then if you go further north from Inverness, they start talking funny again. So Inverness people have probably the most British of accents.
Oh, well, all I'm saying is.
Ah, I'm from Inverness way, told you. Told you. What's wrong? What's wrong, Ben?
I mean, you guys, and knowing where you're from just by your dialect.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? She can speak properly. She's from Inverness, all right.
Yes. And she'll know where
Yeah.
I'm from.
You will hear it tomorrow because as our official dwarf, we're going to have a meeting with our dwarf at some point tomorrow,
Okay, cool.
and I'm going to introduce you to our dwarf tomorrow. And before people all go, "Ha! What are you talking about?" She's
She's
meets
officially a
requirements.
dwarf. Well,
Yeah,
she meets the
4'9".
criteria to be a dwarf.
And she has expressed
An interest.
enthusiasm about becoming our dwarf. So John's getting what he wants.
I'm getting my dwarf.
He's getting what he wants. She says, "I'm only 4'9" or 4'10".
Whoa, hold on. Right, hold on a minute. That's critical. That is absolutely critical.
Oh God, here we go.
You got to be under 4'10".
Just say you're 4'9". There you go. Robin says, "Finally, good things come to those."
And she's not ginger, which is always a bonus.
No, she's ginger. And she can speak properly.
Yeah, well, that's always good as well.
You see, I mean, I think we've hit jackpot here, John.
Yeah. Sounds good. There's people on Twitter having
Sounds good.
There's people on Twitter having an argument about how far weapons of war can throw projectiles, right? Because of
Why? Oh my God.
because these guys, these Ukrainians, there's a group of mercenaries huddled in a field, right? In a copse, if you will, surrounded by trees, right? So they're all sitting there praying in Spanish, right? Because they're all from South America.
Yeah, they're not even Ukrainian, are they?
No, they're not. They're all from South America. So the group of South American mercenaries probably get driven out by the cartels who are fighting for democracy in a country that has installed martial law and banned not only its political parties, imprisoned its political opponents, and cancelled all elections. Right? But they're fighting for democracy. And all I said was, have you seen this Russian Terminator thing? You're going to need more than prayers.
Yes.
So have you seen the Terminator?
The tank.
Yeah, so they put a twin 30mm cannon thing on top of a old T-72 tank with 4 anti-tank missiles and then other launchers and things all around it. And then it spews out things like 400 rounds a minute. It's horrendous. It's mental. I mean, they were firing, and all you could see was the shells just going boom, 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 boom. There were just empty casings going everywhere.
See, if I was aware that something like that was coming in my direction, I'd go, sorry, Vladimir, I'm out. And I'd go in the opposite direction as quickly as bloody possible.
I saw another video today that was it was Americans.
Right.
And they were getting their eyes opened.
Right.
You know, because they'd taken a hit and they were like, ah!
Well, yeah.
Because this isn't, they forget, I think. Here's an interesting
this isn't
fact.
Call of Duty.
Here's an interesting, yeah, it's not Call of Duty. Here's an interesting fact, right? So during the Gulf War, the Americans fired 60,000 155mm artillery shells. Okay?
That's a lot of damage, as they say on the old Will It Blame.
60,000. During this special military operation, Russia has been firing 60 to 80,000 a day. A day.
Like I said, right? This is not Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's not Call of Duty. That's scary numbers. Really scary numbers.
Of course it is. It is really scary. And at the end of the day, Russia haven't even... I'm sorry if people don't like this, but Russia have not even sent in their full military. Like,
No,
in any way.
Of course they haven't.
In any way.
You know what? And it doesn't matter because basically, like I said the other day, you know, good men are dying while bad men sit in their offices and bunkers. On both sides.
Absolutely.
On both sides.
On both sides. At the end of the day, if you can direct a war and demand that people go to war, you should be right there at the front. If you are not willing to do that, then you should not be directing people to go to war. And that goes to every quote unquote world leader. People should not be going to war in your name. And that's what they do. They're going to war in the name of Putin, in the name of Zelensky.
But that's what people do. I mean, what people do is they instill this sense of patriotism in your country, right? And how you should stick up for it, and it's easy to do that in young people because you have that. I mean, I think I had it. I would probably have thought, yeah, well, you know,
people can call me a coward if they like, but I don't have it.
No, but you're not young anymore.
No, but if they want me to go to war,
yeah, but you're not young anymore. No. You know, if you were 18, 19, 20 and stupid, which you were, right? And the war had called you up, if you'd been called up to war, you'd probably have gone, you know? And that's what they bank on. They bank on young, stupid men full of testosterone. They want to get out there and prove themselves. And then when you get a little bit older and start calming down, you think, hold on a minute, what am I actually fighting for here? I'm fighting for corporations, because I'm not fighting for country. I'm fighting for oil, or I'm fighting for resources, you know?
Andrew says in the chat that he served and he'd advise against it. It's futile.
Yeah, of course it is. Because, but when you're that age...
By the way, he did
sorry?
serve.
Yeah, I know. But when you're that age, you think it's okay. And you know what? See if you manage to get into the services and there's not a war. It's a great life.
Well,
it's
yeah,
a
I
great
can see
life.
that.
It really is. Because the camaraderie and I mean, we had a brilliant life as a Navy brat. I had a brilliant life. We stayed in places that would never have stayed.
Yeah, you lived in Hong Kong as a child, for God's sake. But still, at the end of the day, I would advise, and I'm with Andrew here, and I didn't serve, but the point of the matter is that I would advise anybody that the only people that they need to fight for are themselves and their own, their direct family. You do not need to fight for, in this country, Rishi Sunak or the King. You don't need to fight for those people. And do you know what, Rishi? If you ever call me up to war, I'll probably send you my middle finger.
Yeah, but yeah, you're not going to war, mate. You're the excuse boots. What was it? You need to look up the testing they did on the London Underground and then in Norfolk.
I'm aware.
When they released toxins to find out how far they would spread, and that wasn't done on the military. That was done in the public, the UK public. That's what the government did. So it's not restricted to the military.
Care about us.
Yeah, they don't, and they especially don't care about the military. I mean, look at the atomic bomb tests when they took people out to Bikini and places like that and said, don't look directly at the light, but just once the flash is over, you can put your head up to have a look.
Yeah. Yeah. Robin says, John has a point, but why can't we have a civil service that travel the world and help after natural disasters and the like?
Well,
Cherie
actually,
says, I wouldn't go.
Sorry, go on.
Cherie says, I wouldn't go to war. I can't even cook a sausage right now. How am I meant to shoot a gun or anything? She's 19, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, you can learn. But, I mean, what are you going to do when the power goes off and you have to go out and kill a sheep?
I'd be in my element, to be fair.
Old people like us like me and you to a degree, can probably survive. But,
yeah, I'll be fine.
I think millennials and Gen Z are lost. Unless they,
well, no, I completely agree.
Unless they
and
get taken under someone's wing, Does that mean we're going to have to take the dwarf under our wing?
they don't know the word no. Okay? Yeah. Most people under the age of 25 do not know the word no. And that...
Look at the answer. I'll cook soup. I've got tons of cans in my cupboard. Yeah, soup doesn't come in cans. You can make your own.
Well, exactly. You can make soup quite easily. It's not difficult.
Oh, good grief. In fact, you can make soup in about the same time it takes to heat a can of soup up.
Yeah, I mean, look at Julie here. It says one school friend was sent to Northern Ireland at 17, came home broken.
Yeah.
And Robin says you old people could teach the young, but they don't want to learn.
Well, I don't know. I think my daughter's not too bad. She's
Yeah, but she's your daughter. It's same as my children.
Yeah,
right?
I suppose so.
It all boils down to the nurture, doesn't it? It all boils down to the nurture. And at the end of the day, for the vast majority of people these days who are under 25, they've not had most of the nurture. And the reason they've not had the most of the nurture is because it takes 2 wages to run a home. And so the parents are constantly absent. They helicopter around. That's why I call it helicopter parenting. And then they feel guilty. So they don't tell the kids no. The kids don't learn. And the kids don't learn to fend for themselves. They just get given what they want. And then they turn into Antifa and they start burning down a Starbucks when an opinion they don't like comes to speak at their university. Is what happens.
Okay.
Is why it happens.
Indeed it does.
Cherie's got a good point there. She said, see, I'm a good little dwarf and making you all laugh. See, I'm a good asset to the team. I'm going to put you in situations like we're going to go to theme parks, Sheree, and I'm going to make sure we're going to go to places where you're too short to go on the ride.
You must be 55 inches tall to start World War Three.
No, Shalini's really short as well.
Yeah.
She is. She's really short. And I invited.
Shalini tonight. Is she not in?
I don't think she is in, but Vaughan is. But we're going to go to Fort Park at some point, and
Fort Park.
and Vaughan turned around and said, "Will Shalini fit on the roller coasters?"
It's quite unfair for dwarfs, isn't it?
I'd say so. They could just create create a smaller seat.
Yeah, they could. I mean, because they could put like, I mean, they only need one or two because there's not that many of them about.
I mean, Bolliger and Mabillard, who make some of the best roller coasters on earth, they make a
Pardon?
big boy seat for their trains, right?
Did they?
They make what they call a big boy seat. So if you are morbidly obese, they got a seat for you. But if you're little, they don't have a seat for you.
Oh God, yeah. It's just bad.
But yeah, they actually call it the big boy seat.
That's bad.
But you know, that's something we should put to them. Oi, there's a whole, you know,
The whole
demographic of people
the
here.
whole demographic that you're missing out on. What about the dwarf?
Can't enjoy your product. Can't enjoy your product. All you got to do, you know, row 7, couple of little seats. There you go.
Even a booster cushion.
Booster cushion. There you go. All good.
It must be a bugger driving a car as a dwarf.
My wife's sister is a dwarf who drives.
Is it all hand controls?
She has hand controls and pedal extensions. I mean,
I was actually thinking that you could build the
I
pedals
drove
up,
her car once.
but
and
your
we had
knees
to
would be
remove
round
the
your ears.
extensions.
What?
We had to remove the pedal extensions because I had to drive her car once.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if they were on, your knees would have been round your ears, wouldn't they?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Cherie says she don't need the pedal extensions.
Yeah, I know. She's borderline. She's borderline, you know. You know what I thought a dwarf would be? I'm still like a proper dwarf.
John, take what you can get.
I'm taking what I can get, but
Beggars can't be bloody choosers, John.
I know.
Oh, God.
So,
That-
mate.
I've just felt a massive rip in my gut.
Oh. You know what?
Mm.
You've only yourself to blame.
Here he goes.
You've only yourself to blame.
Yes, Dad.
You've
Okay,
got to
Dad.
give yourself time to heal, and you didn't. You just started shoving shit down your throat straight as soon as you could.
It's only Coke.
What?
It's only Coke.
Yeah, which is only a blend of toxic chemicals.
I shall tell you what's in this.
Toxic chemicals?
Ingredients. Sparkling cherry flavour soft drink. So we've got carbonated water,
That's
sugar.
okay. Sugar, bang, there you go. And you know, the ingredients are listed in the amount of quantity, right?
Yeah.
So the most quantity in Coke is obviously water, but the second most quantity is sugar. That's worrying. If your can's got more than 5 ingredients and sugar's in the top 3, you do not buy the product.
It doesn't have many more than 5, to be fair.
Has it got more than 5 and is sugar in the top 3? If so,
One,
do not buy the
two.
product.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 6.
Yeah, and is sugar in the top 3?
It's number 2, John. Number 2.
There you go. Do not buy the product.
Number 2.
Why does
Coke
Coke get rid of rust? Because it's full of acid.
Yeah, it is full of acid. Yeah, full of acid. But tastes fantastic.
Tastes like shit.
Cherry Coke, baby. Cherry Coke.
Don't like it. I see these things. They leave a horrible clagginess about your mouth once you've drank them. They're just disgusting. Stick to water or beer. or a nice wine.
See this deadpan stare?
It's yeah, it's not impressive.
No, not.
It's not. It's the kind of stare you can hit with a shovel.
Iron Brew, Coke, and Red Bull is my go-to. Get rid of the Iron Brew, and I'm with you, Cherie. OG Cherry Coke was the best. Well, this is full sugar Cherry Coke. It's good stuff.
Oh, good God. Right, where are we? What are we on now?
Good stuff. Well, I don't know.
Have you got anything?
I mean,
it was you that
we're
wanted
over
this
an hour
show.
into the show.
Are we?
Yeah, we've done quite well. Yeah, we've done quite well.
Let's talk about
To be
nothing.
honest. Yeah, well, I mean, we've made people
How,
laugh.
how can this happen, right? Here's the headline, right? CNN. Netanyahu hospitalized with suspected dehydration amid Israeli heatwave. Pardon me. How can that happen?
Well,
How I mean,
he didn't drink water.
yeah, I mean, how can you realize that you're not thirsty? Or how can you not drink enough water to stop yourself
Oh shit!
being dehydrated? What?
Give me a minute.
Where are you off to?
You keep talking.
Yeah, I'll keep talking. So, I mean, that's the question. How can anyone be so stupid? And this guy's leading the country. So,
Yep.
there's something's afoot, I suspect. I think he's maybe ill with something else, and they're just trying to cover it up.
I think
Because-
you could be right.
Because you don't, you just, especially if you're, the leader of a country, you don't forget to drink and end up in the hospital with dehydration. That's just not on.
Yeah, hangover, like Andrew says.
No, this is more than a hangover. This is, the guy's got a problem, I think.
Oh, polonium flavored tea.
Could be.
I mean, is this the real Netanyahu, or is it Kanye West's net and a bottle of Yoo-hoo?
No, it's Netanyahu.
My God, I've never seen. I don't think we will ever see anything quite like what he did on that bloody show ever again. Just getting out that net, getting out that Yoo-hoo. It was a mental breakdown in real time. First of all,
Yeah, it was.
and it was unironically one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Well, it was a bit like David Icke. He had a mental breakdown in real time on TV as well.
Declared himself the son of God, didn't he?
Yeah, in a tracksuit.
In a tracksuit.
He was. I think, or was that? It might even have been a shell suit. It was just.
Oh, it was a
awful.
shell suit. Yeah.
It was awful. A bright blue shell suit. Just awful
I think
to
it was
watch.
purple. I think it was
Or,
purple.
well, blue or purple, yeah, whatever. But yeah, it was awful to watch. I sent you a video the other day, actually. Ron Perlman.
You did?
Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet, but you
Oh.
did say it's aimed at Biden.
Well, no. I said is it aimed at Bob Iger.
Oh, Bob Iger. as in
If I
Disney.
play
Why?
it, you should be able to hear it.
Houses
Yeah,
in their
play it, play it.
apartments.
Right, hold on.
The motherfucker who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments. Listen to me, mother.
Talking about
There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Some of it is financial. Some of it is karma. And some of it is just figuring out who the said that. And we know who said that. And where he lives. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 million a year for creating nothing.
27
Be
million.
careful, mother. Be really
Bye-bye.
careful. Because that's the kind of that stirs up.
Is it?
Peace out.
Hold on.
So, I'm thinking that's Bob Iger. He's back, isn't he? He's a...
He is.
Yeah.
And he's just signed a new contract, in fact. His new salary
Uh-huh.
is $27 million annually.
There you go. I told you. That's got to be aimed at Bob Iger.
It's got to be aimed at Bob Iger, isn't it?
Yeah.
For those who don't know who Bob Iger is, he is the current CEO of the Walt Disney Company.
Which is
now-
also the head of Marvel and
Star
you know,
Wars,
Star Wars,
Lucasfilm,
and I mean they own
National Geographic, I believe.
they
and-
own half of it, and Sony owns the rest. Is that right?
No,
No,
no. So
Sony used to own a lot of it.
right. So Sony's never owned Marvel. So here's how it works.
No, Sony used to own a lot of film. Does Sony not own 20th Century Fox and all that now?
No, 20th Century Fox owned 20th Century Fox.
Really?
Yeah, Fox owned 20th Fox.
Not convinced.
Fox was its own corporation until it sold itself to Disney.
So, what? Are you saying Disney owns 20th Century Fox?
They do now.
Right, okay. So, who does Sony own? MGM?
Sony basically owns Sony.
No, right, okay. Right, you carry on. You tell us what you're saying.
Right, so the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger quit a few years ago and installed a man named Bob Chapek, who was before this, he was head of the Parks and Resorts and Experiences division at Disney. And then he got promoted to the CEO. He was only in position for about 2 years, if that. And then he was unceremoniously fired on a Sunday night while he was at an Elton John concert. Because Disney was going down a pan, and they brought back Bob Iger like as an emergency parachute to reinstall him to fix the problems that Bob Chapek had allegedly created. And I say allegedly, right? First of all, because Bob Chapek was a cheapskate. We used to call him Bob Cheapheck. So he used to cheap out on the company when he was head of Parks and Resorts. He used to do everything. However, he can't be blamed for the problems. He wasn't in position long enough to greenlight any of the shit that lost them loads of the money. Guess who did do that? The man that they brought back in to rescue it.
Yeah.
Nobody acknowledges this. It's
Yeah.
and yet now they've just ballooned his fucking contract to $27 million.
That's a lot. So Sony does own quite a stack. They own Columbia.
Yeah,
They own
TriStar and
They
Columbia.
own Universal. They own TriStar. They own Bad Wolf, Blueprint Television, Culver Entertainment, 11th Hour Films, Embassy Row, Fable Pictures, Floresta, Human Media, Jeopardy Productions, Left Bank Pictures, Palladium Fiction. Yeah, they've got quite a stack, but the big ones are
Columbia
Columbia and
TriStar.
Universal.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. I'm trying to say Hollywood's kind of owned now by two corporations, Disney and Sony.
Yeah. Except for, Disney owns significantly more in the way of big brands. But what they're doing is they are systematically destroying the goodwill of those big brands, and now nobody wants to go and see them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's face it, who wants to go and see another Star Wars movie in the cinema?
No.
And I'm a massive Star Wars fan, right? And I don't want to go see another Star Wars movie in the cinema. Who wants to... I have refused to go and see Indiana Jones 5. I love the first 3 Indiana Jones movies. I love them. I won't go and see number 5 because I know it's going to be Fleabag the movie with Indy as a bitter old sidekick. That's what it's going to be. Who wants to go and see the latest fucking Marvel movies anymore? I don't want to go and see them.
I mean that last Transformers movie was pretty poor.
That wasn't Disney.
No, I'm not saying it was.
Universal.
Yeah, I mean, both sides are just as bad as each other.
Mm.
Who makes Star Trek?
Star Trek is currently Paramount.
Who owns Paramount? Is that Disney?
No, Paramount.
Or is Paramount still?
It's its own studio.
So Star Trek's actually their latest stuff. That Star Trek: Strange New Worlds is pretty good.
But the 3rd season of Picard was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I loved it.
Did I try and watch it and cease? You told me to.
I'm not sure.
You told me not
Never
to.
watched the first 2 seasons.
No, You told me
Never,
that tomorrow.
never watched the first 2 seasons of it, but the third season is brilliant.
I watched about episode 1 and 2 of the first two, but after that I thought this is rubbish. Because I used to like, I don't really like Patrick Stewart anymore. He annoys me after his stance.
Robin says in the chat, season 3 Picard was the best.
Yeah. Oh no, I did watch it, and it was. I thought it was pretty.
It's very good.
Well, good if you want to reprise the Next Generation with old folk. It's like
Yeah.
the Expendables of Star Trek.
Yeah. But let's face it, you go to the movies to suspend your reality and be entertained.
Yeah.
That's why you go. And it's supposed to be an experience. You're supposed to go to the cinema. You're supposed to have that experience. And it's gone.
Some pictures still get there. I think Mission Impossible gets there.
I hope it gets there. I'm
That
going to
guy-
go and see it.
Do you follow that guy, Stephen Ford?
No.
He's an actor, don't you know? He's an actor and a director
He's
and
an
all.
actor, don't you know?
Yes, don't you know? He
He's an
actually
actor.
follows me back, believe it or not. But anyway, yeah, he said go and see Mission Impossible. It's brilliant.
I am looking at. I can't go tomorrow, obviously, because we got a show. I can't go Tuesday because we got a show. Well, I've got a show.
I'm
I can't
going
go
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
I'm going Tuesday afternoon.
You're going Tuesday afternoon. Well, I've got Nick
Tuesday
Cotton on Tuesday night. So,
afternoon.
and no, it's not the one that killed Dot.
Or is
or
it?
Dot killed.
Or is it?
Sorry, Dot killed Nick. Other way around, wasn't it?
Or is it? So, what was I going to say? Who did kill Nick Cotton? I don't know.
It was Dot.
Dot actually killed him.
Well, he had, from what I recall, he had a heroin overdose and he was begging for help. And
Oh,
he was like,
yeah.
nah, I'm just
And she
going to leave you to die.
She just walked out, didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, just left him to die. Yeah.
That was
Robin
me
says, I hope
last
they
night
don't
as I
ruin
was choking
Deadpool.
to
I
death.
don't think they will. They're being sort of left alone with that.
Deadpool worries me because I think it could very easily slip into wokeness.
See, it did worry me until they assured that it would be left as an R-rated movie. And then I was like, okay, well, if they're leaving it as an R-rated movie, they're gonna let them do what they want. There's not gonna be much studio interference here, I don't think, because the head of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, doesn't want to interfere in R-rated stuff. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay.
But Marvel Studios is, oh my god, it is such a terrible company. And you know, I'm a Marvel fan, but
well, see the three Avengers movies. Right, hold on. I don't want to speak out of turn here.
Movies.
Right. See the ones about the stones. You know, the
Yeah.
Thanos ones.
Yeah.
They were actually quite good, I thought.
I thought Infinity War, the first one, was better than the second one because the villain won.
Yeah, but
and they left it there.
The two movies worked quite well. And
Yeah.
some of the run up to them worked quite well as well.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and yet
But
they've now
since those two movies, Marvel has been shit.
yeah, and I mean when Amazon can resoundingly gub them by making a TV series called The Boys. I mean, The Boys was absolutely brilliant.
Got a new season on the way.
Yeah. I mean, The Boys is just so... It's just really, really good. It's just tremendous.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It is really good.
And their version of Ant-Man was a complete and utter minger. Wasn't it?
And I mean, like Robin says, the Spider-Man stuff.
Spider-Man's always sucked, mate. Spider-Man's always been crap.
I'm going to be in the minority here because I actually really enjoyed the late Spider-Man flick.
Don't like Spider-Man.
I thought
Pardon me. Never liked Spider-Man. Always been crap. From the word go. Yeah, I can see your tattoo, and it just means you're an idiot. Because you got a cartoon tattooed in your body that nobody likes.
I like.
Yeah, okay.
I like.
But yeah, I've never liked Spider-Man. I don't like. I'm not a great fan of Batman either. Believe it or not.
No, I'm not a fan of Batman. What's your superpower? I'm rich and my parents are dead.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That is it. That's it.
yeah.
You know, the best Batman movie I have ever seen was the Lego Batman movie.
It was
They
okay.
nail it.
It was okay.
And they nailed him in the first Lego movie where
think
he
we should-
puts on his own music and he's driving along. It's just darkness, no parents.
Yeah, well, that's true. They should have made a sequel to Team America World Police as well.
The only reason they didn't was because Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who made that, they make South Park, right?
Right.
They said that after making that movie, they never want to work with puppets again.
Yeah, I can understand that. They can
It
be
was
quite
one of the most
difficult.
difficult
puppets.
things they've ever done.
Yeah, them and the worst.
Mm.
You gotta be careful because they can turn into angry elves.
On that note, I think it might be time to wind this down.
Really?
Well, we've been at it an hour and a half.
All right, okay. Anything
that's
from the chat room?
They're just enjoying it.
Marvel
They're just
movies was
enjoying it.
good when Stan Lee was alive. Well, I always thought Stan Lee was. I mean, and hey,
Excelsior!
hold on a minute. Shoot me down here, but I always thought Stan Lee was a little bit creepy.
100%.
Yeah. Didn't really like Stan Lee. He just gave off this kind of bad vibe, I think.
He was a massive victim of elder abuse in his final years.
Was he?
In fact, that might be something I deep dive into on Snarky Cinema, because he was a massive victim of exploitation and elder abuse.
Yeah.
In his final years. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, he did not go out a happy man. He did not.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. You know, members of his own family and his and other people that worked around him just exploited him.
Yeah, families are the worst. Yeah. I mean, you can pick your friends, but you can't choose your family.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. But I can. So on one hand, I really, really admire and appreciate Stanley.
Yeah.
And on the other hand,
What are you doing? What's up?
you're right. My handle just went down and then back up.
Poltergeist or someone outside?
Wife or child, isn't it?
I hope so. Hear that? It's an alien come to abduct you.
I don't need to be arrested on stream.
You've been swatted.
Cherie just said it's Stan Lee coming to get you, Ben.
Here's an article on, and is this real? Ars Technica,
Talked.
right?
Right?
You've heard of Ars Technica, yeah?
No.
It's a publication. It's a real publication.
Right. Are you sure?
For God's sake, people in the chat room, tell them that Ars Technica is a real publication. Anyway, so a third of US deer have had COVID, right? Okay. That's just bear with me. It gets better. Oh, come on. Well, are you guys young?
That's it.
Well, Cherie's young.
You've pushed me.
Right, but
You've pushed me.
no. Here's the bit. And they infected humans at least 3 times. How did they achieve this?
You want to ask some questions about them humans?
Yeah, but how did they infect the humans? How much contact have you had? How much close contact have you had with a deer, Ben?
Edison the other week. That was pretty good.
Yeah, but apart from that, how much close contact you had with a deer? What a load of nonsense.
Well, yeah, it is a load of nonsense. It's an absolute load of nonsense. Of course it is. And like Robin says, I saw this same video. The guy tested up the exhaust of his car.
What was he? He was wanting it? Oh, with the swab?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you know the sorts of things I've done: Red Bull, Cherry Coke, Sprite.
Mhm.
All of these come back positive.
Yeah. Well, look at the president of Tanzania.
Something tells me
May he rest in peace. Remember, he's the guy
with
that
motor
tested.
oil,
He's the guy that tested the goat, the
the
pawpaw,
pawpaw fruit,
and what was it? Goat, pawpaw, and
motor oil.
what was it? Something like that.
It was motor oil.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Now, something tells me that these tests were never designed
Well,
to test.
that would be Carrie
these sorts of
Mullis, the
things.
guy that invented them.
Oh, he's not with us.
Yeah, but he did say they are not diagnostic tests. Did he not?
I mean, he definitely did. He's on video saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, he said these are not designed for diagnostic
I mean, we
tests.
should probably leave that particular thread here
Yeah,
because
okay.
of
Well,
platform.
here's one I'd like to bring up. Here's the headline. How does this work? Bike fatalities are worse for Black and Hispanic Americans.
So are they trying to say that the bikes are racist?
Well, hold on. If you're killed on a motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
How can it be worse? Because you're
what they're
already dead.
Well, what they're actually trying to say
It's
is that I guess the fatality per capita is higher.
Yeah. Well, that
I guess.
that would maybe be because they don't drive as well.
Well,
they
I
take
don't
more
think there's
risks.
probably. Listen, I don't think there's any reasoning behind it. I don't think. This is the thing. People look for this stuff where it simply doesn't exist. There is gonna be
Yeah, I
right.
know.
The motorbikes, ladies and gentlemen, the Harley Davidsons. They're not racist.
No,
They're not. They're not. They're not failing people because of the color of their skin. Okay. Now, most and John, you might not like this. You might not like this, but I'm gonna say it. From what I understand, most bike fatalities are the fault of the rider.
Oh, absolutely. Of course they are.
They like to say it's the fault of the cars around them.
Well, no, most bike fatalities are probably due to the person riding the bike.
So if they, they might accidentally infer something else here, saying that these, why are we even talking about this? This is what I want to know.
I know.
Why are we even talking about this?
Yeah.
Why does this article exist?
Exactly. That's why I brought it up, because it's a ridiculous article. And the thing is, I mean, there is no doubt that motorcycles.
No wonder I've been driven back to smoking.
Motorcycles involved in a collision with a vehicle will usually come off worse, right?
Well,
the
absolutely.
motorcycles. But I would say that
why are
on balance,
we talking about it?
on balance, you're right. The motorcyclist is more often to blame than the car driver.
Yeah, the motorcyclist is very much more often to blame, but why are we... what type of person, first of all, is looking for that statistic? They're going, I know what I'm going to do today.
Well-
I'm going to see who dies per race or how many people die per capita per race on a motorcycle.
No.
Who wakes up in the morning and goes, that's my job for today?
Well, the same people that work out that more black people die from knife fights. All you need to do is look at the stats.
But why?
Because more black people die from knife fights because more black people carry knives. And more black people fight with other black people with knives.
Well, per capita, that is probably true.
It's black on black crime.
You're not allowed to talk about that, John.
Oh, sorry. If I said something that's actually explicit in the data that cannot be inferred.
John, data is sacrilegious.
Shocking.
Our media, our mainstream media, our culture, and our big tech platforms have been hijacked by people who want to tell you that war is peace, that up is down, that freedom is slavery.
Freedom is slavery.
but they want to lie to you.
1984.
And the problem is, they are in control of these institutions.
Yes, they are.
And the fact that they are in control of these institutions means that when inconvenient truths are uttered for no other reason than they're the truth, those inconvenient truths get silenced and censored.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. That's
Yeah.
how ridiculous this has all got.
Probably not. But, right. What was I going to say? What was I going to say?
Whoever's adding all the love hearts, I love you too.
Yeah. Someone. Oh, right. Hold on. Oh, what's this thing about Bryan Singer?
Bryan Singer's always been accused of stuff, isn't he?
Is Bryan Singer the guy that used to be in Beverly Hills 2010?
No, he's the director of the first couple of X-Men movies.
For God's sake. Right. Is this the same guy, though? Is it the same guy that used to be in Beverly Hills 9210?
I don't think so. I don't think Bryan Singer was ever an actor. He's a director.
Right. Bryan Singer. Okay, American filmmaker. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Born 1965.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Career.
He directed like Superman Returns, X-Men, X-Men 2.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted. I'm just trying to figure out if he's the same guy that was the actor. Bryan Singer, right? I'd be better going to IMDb, wouldn't I?
Probably, but I'm not sure he was ever an actor.
Would you bear with me a second, right?
Right.
Because you know I'm very rarely wrong, right?
Mm.
Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer, director X-Men. Is that the one we're talking about? Oh, that's
yes.
That's not the guy I'm thinking of. That's not the guy I'm thinking of.
No, there was no Bryan Singer in Beverly Hills 90210.
Although that man was an actor, right? He was an actor. He was in Star Trek Nemesis, X-Men 2, House MD.
Well, he probably, if he
As
was
an
in these
actor.
things, he played very, very small cameos.
Right, hold on. Pretty sure there was a Bryan Singer in Beverly Hills 9210.
90210, dude. Anywho, I don't know why he's trending. It seems to be because in the first X-Men movie, when Wolverine's asked by Cyclops, what would you prefer, yellow spandex, as a joke, as a throwaway gag, because that's what Wolverine wears.
Yeah.
He is now wearing yellow spandex in the new Deadpool movie. As though it just appears to be a big fuck you, Bryan Singer.
On this occasion,
Andrew?
I've completely fucking got it wrong. You're correct.
Yep.
I'm thinking Brian Austin Green. That's who I'm thinking about.
Right.
Sorry. So I've
It's
failed.
fine.
I've done a Joe Biden. Sorry.
It's fine. Look, when it comes to the film industry, I'm probably the person to ask questions.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because your
kinda know my
record
shit.
on Sony was fucking astonishingly poor there.
Yeah, that's true. But I know they own Columbia and TriStar.
Yeah. Eventually we got it out of you.
Can't put me on the spot like that. You're Robin I am a buff in more ways than one, baby. More ways than one.
Oh my god. It's just like it's like, I mean, I look at you and I think, my god, I mean, you're really going to struggle, mate, because you're only what, 33?
Yeah, I'm 34 next month.
Fuck's sake.
Mm.
And I mean, I looked like 10 years younger than you do now when I was 40.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I am beautiful.
But you're going downhill fast. Look at
It's
you.
true.
That's
Although,
true.
to be fair, I do look way better now than I did in the pre-roll.
Yeah, you've certainly lost some weight. I need to lose some weight as well.
Although I've gained a fair few forehead wrinkles, shall we say. There's a few more folds here than there were.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Why
that
have I
is?
got this?
That's him.
Why have I got this dent in the who?
You.
How? See that dent in the middle of my forehead? That's you.
Yep.
That's
that
me
is
frowning.
Yep.
I know, when I frown it goes away. Maybe I should frown more often.
me.
I look like the guy out, what was the eagle out of the Muppets, remember?
Which one? The eagle.
The
Sam the eagle.
Yeah, Sam Eagle.
Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway.
I'm gonna look like one of the old boys at the Muppets soon enough. Right? At some point.
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah. I'm just sitting on my little balcony going, oh, moaning about something.
Stop eating the carbs, Julie, if you want to lose that.
Although that lovely grass-fed beef that you cooked earlier on, where was my invite?
Yeah.
Where was it?
Well, it looked a bit rare for me.
I tell you what, Dread-Eye and
I
Julie,
think she'd finished it. I think she hadn't even started it when she posted the picture.
you need to take me to Oakwood. I will come with you to Oakwood and we'll have a day out. They know exactly what I'm talking about.
What the hell's
Trust me when I
Oakwood?
say that. Oakwood is like the only theme park in Wales.
Right, okay.
And they've
Oh no, right, hold on, whoa, hold on. Before you stacking down, I don't think we can cover this on YouTube. I'm pretty sure sheep are completely off limits. Oh, you know the joke, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you call a sheep stuck in a fence in Wales? A
Entertainment
recreation centre.
No, Oakwood is a theme park, and they've just done a massive retrack on one of their wooden roller coasters, and it looks
Oh, they've got a wooden one. I quite like woodies.
It looks mental, John.
I do quite like. I
It
mean,
looks
I did
mental.
enjoy. I did enjoy the old Wicker Man.
Wicker Man.
Yeah. And I remember, I mean, the biggest one, I think it might have been the biggest one in the world at the time, was in Cypress Gardens in Florida.
I'm back.
When I went on that.
I am back.
You are back. Your
Yeah.
quality looks shit though. What's happened?
It'll sort itself out in a sec, I think. Have I frozen?
No, you're moving. You're moving.
I'm moving. Is it better now?
Yeah. What happened?
I happened. I
Yeah.
knocked the cable.
You knocked the cable.
That was me.
Has it been you all the time?
No, this one was me.
Right. Okay.
This, I'm quite happy to admit when I do something wrong, I knocked the fucking cable. And the second I did it, I went, oh shit! I knew exactly what I'd done. I did. But yeah, no, Oakwood is a theme park, and they've got a bunch of things, but their wooden roller coaster Megaphobia, it's called. It looks nuts.
Cool.
It does.
Yeah.
So lots of emojis being chucked in there.
Yeah, loads of emojis. Is that our dwarf that's doing that?
I think it is.
Good work,
and
dwarf.
you need to smash that like button if you haven't
work.
already.
Right.
And I think it is time to get
Yeah, I think it's time to wind it up now, yeah.
But we will be back 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
It
You've
is the
got us
dwarf.
again.
Well done, dwarf. Like
Well
that.
done. You've got us again 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yeah,
And
we're
if
back
you are
tomorrow
so
night,
inclined and
so
you want to
gonna
come
have to-
find me in the afternoon on TikTok,
Gonna have to
you can come
refresh
find me in the afternoon on TikTok.
Oh, you going back on TikTok, whoring yourself out for shits and giggles?
I'm gonna play them some of this. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if they can
okay.
hear
Don't play it because it doesn't sound good.
I'm just showing it. Look at
Okay.
this. Oh, the Jackson Randy Rhodes that I paid £70 for, spent an astonishing amount of time setting it up, restringing it, building a new Floyd Rose locking trem on the top, and it sounds divine.
Okay, and with that, I'd like to thank you for attending this impromptu Sunday night episode of All Out with me, John, and with Ben. As always, it's been great. For you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking